I would like to welcome Mr. Amit for this session, wherein the 5 students will be undergoing mock sessions, which I feel is definitely going to help them out in their near future.
Okay.
And all the students are already started preparing with respect to their resumes, with respect to their coding skills. So they are in line with the process, and maybe that will definitely help them out in having these mock sessions to be in a better manner.
Sure.
So I'll just not waste much of our time. We'll start with the first candidate. So we'll go with Spandana. Spandana, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Once you are done with this, Vaishnavi will be having the next interview, and
Yes,
after
sir.
that, I'll intimate who is going to have the next.
Okay,
Amit,
sir.
over to you. You can start with the process. The platform is all yours.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Hey, Spandana.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. My name is Amit, and I am basically a VDIT alumnus. I passed out in 2011, and
Yes, sir.
currently I'm working for Siemens, and I'm actually actively participating in the interview process as well. So I think you'll get good hands-on experience with this mock interview. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Can you start with your brief introduction?
Sure, sir. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Spandana Ashipudi, and I'm a hardworking engineering student specialized in electronics and communication engineering with an overall CGPA of 8.22. Along with it, I have also completed a few of the courses from Coursera, which our college floated us, like machine learning, artificial intelligence, Python, and cloud computing. I feel I'm a team player as our final year projects are coming and we are preparing ourselves to introduce our projects to the college. I feel I'm quite confident about my projects and all. That's it, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So how we'll go about this is I'll basically take your technical session as well as your personality questions. Okay.
Yes,
At the end
sir.
of the interview, I'll just give you some suggestions on what you need to
Okay.
speak when certain questions are asked. Is it
Okay,
okay?
sir. Okay, sir.
Fine. Okay. So, okay, coming to your studies as such, what are your subjects of interests?
Sir, I'm basically much interested in automotive electronics, some analog and digital circuits. That's it, sir. Now, as we are in 7th sem, digital image processing is fascinating me more. So we are started learning that.
Okay. Okay, Spandana. So before we deep dive into that, let me start with very basics, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what are the building blocks of electronics? What
So,
components constitute electronics?
hello.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Hello, sir.
I'm able to hear you. You're audible. Tell me.
Okay, sir. Can you repeat the question?
So what are the building blocks of electronics?
Sir, I feel the basic circuits we study, we have studied from first year, PU first year and second year. That is basic KVL, KCL, resistors.
Yes.
Resistors, capacitors. They are the basic components of electronics. By combining that, we can form a circuit.
Okay. Fine.
So
can you explain me how a resistor works?
So resistor actually stops the flow of current, like it hinders the flow of current. We can when we think of a circuit, there is more flow of current, we can add a certain amount of certain type of resistors. There are certain ohms of resistors to it, so that it can be controlled by us.
Yeah. Okay. So please understand my question.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you, how does a resistor work, not what it does. I know what it does. I know it restricts current, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you, how does it work?
Sir, hello?
Yeah, tell me.
So resistor is a two-terminal device.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. You can speak. I'm able to hear you.
Yes, sir. Resistor is a two-terminal device which are mainly used in electrical and electronics circuits.
Spandana, 1 minute. I
Yes, sir.
understand that. I know that. I'm asking you how it works. You're
Okay,
getting my
sir.
question?
Yeah, you mean
Yes.
how do us use that?
Yeah. So say for example, a pen, right? How does basically a pen work? Right? There is a ink with the gravitation, the ink flows down. With the friction, you are able to write it on a paper.
Okay, so
Right?
just like
So similarly, how a resistor works.
yes, so basically a register has two terminal. It registers a two terminal device. It is a passive element. It uses it used to it reduces the flow of current.
I know.
Um,
I know what it does. How does it do it?
I did not get what you're asking,
No,
sir.
how basically the resistor restricts the flow of current. How does it do it? You said
Sorry.
right, like it restricts the current.
Yes, sir.
Fine. How it works? How it is going to restrict the current? How?
I don't know, sir. I did not get that.
Okay, fine. How does a capacitor work?
Hello?
Yeah, how does a capacitor work? Am I audible clearly?
Hello? So your voice is breaking. Hello?
Hello? You're not able to hear
Hello?
me?
So your voice is breaking.
Breaking. Okay, let me just. How about now?
Hello?
Hello? You're able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Spandana, I'm able
Hello?
to hear you. You can go ahead.
Sir.
You can answer me.
Okay, sir. So can you repeat the question?
How does a capacitor work?
So basically capacitor is also a two terminal device, sir. It is also a passive element. It is basically used to store any electrostatic energy in it.
Yes. I know what
And
it is used for, right?
and hello? Hello?
Hello.
Sir?
I'm able to hear you. Yes. Please
Yes,
answer
sir.
me.
So, unlike many other devices, capacitor does not dispatch energy, like just like I told you in resistor. As
Mhm.
resistor stops the flow of current, in capacitor it does not discharge the flow of energy. So, it basically stores the energy
Okay. I know what
between.
it does. How it is going to store the energy. How a capacitor works.
So when we apply a voltage, I'm really taking an example of a circuit. In a
Okay.
circuit, if we have placed a capacitor,
Mm-hmm.
when we apply a voltage apply a voltage, an electric field will be created in it. The positive charge will be as the energy flow, as the current flow, I mean as the voltage flows, the positive energy, the positive electric field will be connected, and positive charge will be connected on the one plate, and negative charge will be connected, and negative charge will be floated to the other plate.
Okay. Still,
It basically works like moving charges in and out. Hello?
okay. So, yeah, basically you're answering it like a VTU Viva, right? You need to understand how each of these components work because these are the basic blocks of your electronics, right? You have
Yes,
been
sir.
using them since PUC, right? You
Yes,
need
sir.
to exactly know in principle how a capacitor is going to work,
Yes, sir.
right? So similarly, can you tell me how an inductor works?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, inductor is also a passive electronic component.
Okay.
It looks like a wired device, like a coil wounded around it.
Okay.
And when an when an energy flows from it, like when it flows, flows from the right to left, which generates magnetic energy in the circuit.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Tell me.
Magnetic generates a magnetic energy or field in it, and the magnetic field magnetic field induces the circuit, like
Okay.
hello.
Yeah. Tell
That's
me.
it. That's it, sir.
No, it is supposed to store that magnetic field, right?
Yes, sir.
How does it store exactly? I know, right? When electricity is circulating, a magnetic
Yes,
field
sir.
is created around a conducting coil, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
how does it store?
Sir, like if we decrease the amount of current flow in it. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
So if we, in case if we decrease the amount of current flow, the magnetic field generated begins to collapse. Or if we increase the current flow in it, it will be the storage will be increased.
Okay, so see, you're telling
Yeah.
me what happens, right?
Yes, sir.
You're not exactly telling me how exactly it's going to store energy or why exactly inductor is used, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
So please work on these basics, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
you have very clear idea on this, right?
Okay,
Fine.
okay, sir.
So have you studied transmission line theory?
Transmission. Maybe, sir. I don't remember.
Okay, fine.
Maybe I have
So
studied, but I don't remember.
okay, fine. So you said digital electronics and analog electronics are your interest, right?
Yes, sir. Also,
Okay.
many other
Yeah,
subjects too. So,
fine. Let's come to digital. Can you explain me what's a digital circuit? Just a basic, simple digital circuit, what it is.
like which type, sir?
Any type. You just tell me difference between analog and digital circuit. Why you say certain circuits are analog and certain signals, I mean, certain circuits are digital.
Okay, so the basic most important difference is analog circuits will be means the inputs and the outputs will be some values, but
Hmm.
in digital circuits it will be only zeros and ones.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
It will be only zeros and ones, sir. And
Hmm.
we usually have in analog circuits we usually have means waveforms. Hello.
Okay, yes.
We usually have waveforms in digital analog circuits, but in digital circuits we don't find any waveforms in that, sir.
No.
Analog circuits.
No,
It actually.
there are waveforms in digital circuit as well, right? They are just represented with just two voltage values, right? Either
Okay.
zero or the
Or
high
one.
value, right?
Analog circuits basically deals with continuous analog signals. Digital circuits with discrete digital signals. So, hello. Digital.
No. Okay, so your basic understanding of the concept of digital and analog circuit itself is not so clear, is what I'm feeling, right?
Okay, so
Please work on that as well, right?
yes,
Okay, fine. So you know sampling theorem, right?
yes, sir.
Can you explain me what is sampling theorem?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So basically, it is it is continuous form of it will be continuous form of time varying signals, which will be represented in the discrete form.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah. Please go ahead.
sir. I know only about this much about the sampling theorem.
Okay, fine. No, why I'm asking is, see, whenever any electronics domain you go, right? So these
Yes,
are
sir.
the fundamental things that they're going to ask for a fresher who is out of the college, because
Okay, sir.
all these theorems and these equations, right? So they are still fresh in your mind, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you're supposed to know all these, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Spandana, let me stop with you here itself, because I want to give you some more time to prepare yourself with all the
Yes.
basic fundas. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and just a quick feedback from my end. One is on the basics. Please be very strong in the basics.
Yes,
It is
sir.
not going to matter if you're scoring very high marks, because the first impression that you give in the interview, right? So
Yes,
that's
sir.
where it is taken from. Right?
Yes, sir.
So firstly is the introduction part that I want to make very clear, right? So
Yes, sir.
as soon as we get your resume, we'll know all your outlines that are present in your resume, right? Most of the things will be already present, like your college, like your mark, and all
Yes,
those,
sir.
right? So when we ask for an introduction about yourself, please avoid telling like say I'm a team player or I'm a positive person, all those, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you can tell is basically a brief about your education, okay?
Yes, sir.
Then quickly move on to the interests, your field interests, right?
Yes,
Specific to
sir.
the job that you applied. What are your core
Yes, sir.
strengths based on that, right?
Yes, sir.
Like if you say in just a generic terms like I'm a hardworking, I'm a team player, right? Even kabaddi players are team players. Even
Yes, sir.
puller is a hard worker, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be looking in more terms like why we should choose you, kind of a thing, right?
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
you can tell like, see, basically if you're looking for a like say digital electronics, right? So you tell I'm very good at digital electronics domain.
Yes, sir.
My core interests are in this particular domain. I'm looking forward to work, right? So if
Yes,
it is
sir.
Python, say I'm very interested in Python coding. I've done the basics, so that's why
Yes, sir.
and because of which I applied for so and so job, kind of a thing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So please introduce, concentrate more on your strengths specific to
Yes, sir.
what you learned, right?
Okay, sir.
So you
Okay,
are a
sir.
graduate, so you completed your BTech, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that counts for something, and that is the first thing why you have been shortlisted. So
Okay,
focus
sir.
more on your concepts as a engineering student that you learned, okay?
Yes, sir.
Explain those first, okay? Then
Yes,
please
sir.
go ahead and explain like what are your hobbies, what are your interests, and all those things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it should be
Yes,
very
sir.
brief, up to the
Yes,
point.
sir.
Okay, don't elaborate much. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and wait for interviewer to leave room for interviewer to ask you more, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't give up upfront or each and everything about you as soon as they ask you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
so one thing, please, like I again said, please go back to basic electronics first time.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
go through all the basic concepts. You will get lots and lots of questions as soon as you Google. Okay, basic
Yes, sir.
electronics interview questions, right? So all these things. Okay,
Okay, sir.
you should know, and please avoid telling if you're not sure of something upfront. Please tell them you're not sure about that, rather than
Yes, sir.
dragging it. The more you drag, the interviewer will feel like you're trying to convince something that you do not know. Okay, please
Okay,
don't,
okay, sir.
give a scope for such. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Thanks, Pandana. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amit, thank you for valuable inputs.
Yes.
In fact, I just want to add one more point, what you mentioned in line with your point. No matter which engineering branch you are, like if you are from electronics and communication engineering branch, and if you are applying for, let's say, for a company, TCS, definitely the first question that they'll ask is the basics about electronics and communication engineering. Because unless and until you are not clear about your own brand specific concepts, we cannot expect you to have a clear cut idea about other concepts. So I again request all the students to be like, as Amit said, to brush up all your basic electronics concepts, because that's how the question starts popping in. Because as an electronics engineering student, they will definitely start with your own branch related questions. Then after you are comfortable, then they will shift on to other Python, maybe C, or whatever the things you are putting in your resume. So that's what like Amit was mentioning. That's a quite interesting point, because many students miss that. Like they say it's an IT company, let us focus on C language, Python, and in the end moment they leave all the things. I think you mentioned about transmission lines and that
Yeah.
subject. That subject is not there, Amit. I think we have studied that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
possibly
Sure.
the best answer she could have given is that we have not learned. She told,
Okay.
I don't remember. But actually,
Okay.
that is not there. That was the one subject. In fact, I still remember. That's how every electronics and communication branch is standing upon those
Okay.
concepts.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, fine. So we'll have the next person. Vaishnavi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Vaishnavi, next voice you will be hearing is Amit's, and I'll leave the platform to Amit. And next one after Vaishnavi, Prajwal, be ready. Once Vaishnavi is done, you can be starting with your interview. You can start, Amit.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Vaishnavi.
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So can I start with a brief introduction of yourself?
Yes, sir. Myself, Vaishnavi. and I'm an electronic engineering student, sir.
Yes.
And I'm good, and mm, my interests are in basic electronics and some programming, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are writing codes, sir, and
Mm-hmm.
listening to music, sir.
Okay. Fine. So what are your subjects of interest apart from coding? So what language coding do you prefer?
I prefer C, sir,
C.
and
Okay.
I'm learning Python now, sir.
You're learning Python as well. Okay.
Yes,
So you are basically from electronics only, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I'll be starting from electronics questions and then maybe move on to some basics in C as well as Python. Should be fine?
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So can you explain me the difference between an analog circuit and a digital circuit?
Yes, sir. Analog circuit. Analog circuits are those where we have mm, continuous signals. I mean, with respect to voltage and currents.
Okay.
Digitals will be in the form of 0 and 1. I mean, in higher positive and zero, sir.
Okay, fine. So if I ask you to draw me a sine wave, can you explain me what are the x and y coordinates that you're going to draw?
Sine wave, sir, X and Y.
Yeah, for an analog system, you said it will be a continuous signal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you just
Uh,
explain me the output? What will be the x and y axis? That's all.
Y axis would be frequency or
Yes,
and X axis would be amplitude, sir.
amplitude or
Axis
the
would be
voltage
frequency
value.
and
Okay.
yes, sir. And X axis would be amplitude or voltage value, sir. And
Mm-hmm.
Y axis would be frequency or current value, maybe.
Frequency or time.
Yes, sir.
So how do you represent frequency in terms of time?
F is equal to 1. Frequency is inversely proportional.
You're not audible, Vaishnavi.
Frequency is inversely proportional to time.
Time. Okay, fine. Okay. So do you study the sampling theorem?
Yes, sir.
Can you just explain what is the Nyquist criteria?
Um, no, sir, I'm not able to do that.
Okay, fine. So how about rectifiers? Are you familiar with rectifiers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you explain me what is a rectifier and basically tell me what is a Bridgeway rectifier?
Uh, Rectifiers are the circuits which converts alternating current into one DC current, sir.
Okay, correct.
And the bridge rectifiers are actually uh, shaped in the type of shaped in the form of bridges, where where four diodes are present, sir.
Okay.
Uh, and they face towards the same end, sir. I mean, on the same side.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, what will be the output of a Bridgeway rectifier?
Uh, positive pulses, sir.
Okay.
Positive waveforms.
So basically it's a full wave rectifier, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is going to conduct for both positive and negative cycles.
Negative cycles, sir. And give
Right?
positive output, sir.
Oh yes, it will be a continuous positive output voltage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
So you have studied op amps.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you explain me what is the voltage transfer curve of an op amp?
Don't remember.
Voltage transfer curve of an op amp.
Voltage transfer curve, sir.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay, fine. Let me move on to C then. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
what are the different data types associated with C?
Int, sir, float, character, double, long. Yes, sir. Int,
Okay.
float, character,
Hmm.
double,
Okay.
long,
Hmm.
long. That's it, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So what is a null pointer?
It is a pointer which I think points for void or something, sir. I mean nothing.
It basically points to 0.
Nothing. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's not nothing. Please tell 0. Okay,
0. Okay, sir.
fine. So can I explain the use of a function in C language?
Functions are used when we have so many. Function is a part of programming, sir, where we use it whenever it's necessary. It is some lines of program where we use whenever we need it, sir. Whenever we call those functions would be.
Yes, you understood it correctly, but you need to explain it.
Yes, sir. It is some part of the program, sir. When we need it in program, sir, we will call it, sir.
Okay. No.
And
Yeah. You know why it is, right? So
yes, sir.
you need to explain it in a better terms. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So I feel your C also need to be brushed up a little. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But how is your Python? Should I go ahead and ask you some Python questions, or you are still
No,
learning?
sir. Now I'm learning, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, Vaishnavi, please be very confident in when you're answering, right?
Okay, sir.
Please work on your communication skill as well. As
Okay, sir.
soon that is the first impression that you're going to give, right? So as soon as they explain it to tell about yourself, if you're confused to say about yourself, that gives out a very like a vague impression at the beginning only, right?
Yes,
Please
sir.
work on it. Try to make a small paragraph about yourself and try repeating it, right? So it will help you in actually explaining yourself better. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You know the concepts, but somewhere I feel you are not able to express them, because of which you may lose out on many marks. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Vaishnavi. So if you are interested in electronics, what I mean to say is, please be thorough with your concepts. Okay, be prepared because you may be asked, like there are no set of questions, right? So you may be asked from first sem or last sem or whatever, right? So just go through and be prepared with basic questions. So there are the ones that are going to start with. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Vaishnavi, all the best. Thanks for
Thank
your
you,
time.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amit, done with the interview?
Yes, yes. So Vaishnavi is done.
Yeah,
Can I move
I
on
think
to...
I was just away with in a call, so I
Okay.
couldn't listen. Anyhow,
Okay.
fine. So we'll move on with Prajwal's.
Sure, sure.
Prajwal, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Prajwal. Be loud.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Audible,
Amit,
sir?
platform
Yes.
is all yours. You can continue.
Yeah.
Next
Thanks.
will be Chetan. Be ready after Prajwal's. Yeah,
Okay.
fine, Amit.
Hey, Prajwal. Good evening.
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. Okay. So can you please start with your introduction?
Yes, sir. I'm Prajwal Joshi, currently studying in the 7th semester Electronics Department, KLS VDIT area. I
Okay.
completed my PUC second year in my PU College, Dharwad, and I completed my 10th in Keyboard High School, Mamadi, Dharwad, and I am good in technical, and I am very interested in doing innovative things and playing chess.
Okay. Fine. So what are your fields of interest? You want to pursue your career in electronics only, or you want to go to coding domain or any development domain?
So something type mixed types, both coding and also and electronics, mainly
Okay.
on electronics.
Mostly on electronics. Fine. Okay. So can you explain me what is the Nyquist criteria?
Nyquist criteria, sir, the condition where the condition required for sampling, where the frequency of the sampling signal should be greater than or equal to 2 times frequency of the uh, the signal which was given by the which was given to convert it from the continuous to the discrete.
Discrete. Correct. Right. So that's what the sampling theorem states. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So can you explain me how a capacitor works?
So the capacitor, the two-terminal devices which stores the energy, it
Okay.
has the two plates where the charge, when the electricity is passed, the charge field, static field is created. The charge is going to store in stores based upon the increase in the voltage.
Okay. Okay. So what do you mean by capacitor charging and capacitor discharging? I think you explained the charging part. Fine.
Yes, sir.
So what is the capacitor discharging?
Yeah, means as the capacitor charges the certain limit, it will cross. Then it not going to charge any further more, sir. Then the discharging means that when the voltage provided is less than the VC voltage, that capacitor voltage, then capacitor starts to discharge. Sir.
Okay. Fine. So basically, a capacitor, when you say two plates, right? Always
Yes.
mention the plates or parallel plate capacitor, right? It is
Yes.
separated by dielectric material,
Dielectric.
right?
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why the capacitor charges when you apply the positive terminal and the negative terminal to two terminals. Okay.
Yes.
The electrons are going to deposit on one plate, which is in
On
turn
one
going to...
negative on another plates.
Yes, right. So what do you mean by potential difference?
The difference between the 2 points
In terms of
voltage.
in terms of voltage, right? So when I say I want to apply a 3.3 voltage to a certain circuit, what do I
Yes.
mean by that?
3.3 voltage means the
Okay,
voltage difference between the two points.
Okay, so 2 points.
Means the voltage difference from one point minus the voltage difference from another points.
Okay.
Plus or minus.
Yeah. So when I say I want to apply certain voltage, right? It is nothing but the potential difference that you're going to create between 2 points.
2 points.
Okay. Fine. Fine. So you have studied semiconductors, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what a semiconductor is?
Semiconductor, which partially allows allows the current through it, sir. It is in between the metal and the insulators, sir.
Okay. Okay. Metals and insulators or conductors and non-conductors?
So conductors and insulators.
Conductors and insulators or non-conductors, right? So how does a semiconductor conduct, or when does it conduct?
I don't know exactly. Not remember.
Okay. So have you heard something called as a breaking point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when the breaking voltage is applied, right? So it will be non-conductor at certain voltage.
And
The threshold is
conductor
exceeded, then it will start conducting.
conducting.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So can you explain me the working of a rectifier?
Yes,
You can
sir.
explain me a half-wave rectifier. How does a half-wave rectifier work?
Half-wave rectifier, the circuit consists of one diode and the rectifier and resistor. So, the transformer will be the of 909 or 606. It will conduct. It will transfer the voltage of. It will convert the AC to DC, sir. In the positive half cycle, in only it has a positive half cycle. It will on, sir. Negative half cycle it will be off, sir. Half wave rectifier. The in positive half cycle the diode is forward bias and the DC current will be the current will be the output will be taken from the two points from the resistor points, sir. That's it.
Okay. So basically, you are supposed to tell it as a load rather than a resistor. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Resistive.
So across the load, you are taking the
Outputs.
output, right? Okay.
Yes.
So whenever the diode is forward biased, it is going to conduct. When it is reverse biased, it's not going to conduct.
Conduct.
Okay, fine. So do you know what a power dissipation is?
The loss in the powers.
Not exactly. Understand power dissipation.
Don't know.
Okay, fine. So whenever an active component will be switching, right? So what I mean by switching is when it is transitioning from 0 to 1 state or 1 to 0 state, okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Some of the energy is released in the form of heat.
Heat.
Okay, there will be only for the active components, right? So that is known as power dissipation. Okay, fine. So with respect to waveforms, can you tell me what is rise time and fall time?
The time required from 0 to 1 is called the rise time, sir. The time minimum level to maximum level. The fall time means the time required from the maximum level to the minimum, sir.
Okay, so it is basically the time required for the voltage for the waveform to rise from 10% of its value to 90% of its value.
Yes.
Okay, not exactly from 0 to peak value. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So similarly, fall time is from 90% to
90% to 10%.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So what are differential gain and common mode gain of a differential amplifier?
Differential gain and common mode gain, sir.
Common mode gain of a differential amplifier.
For the op-amps, the gain between the closed path and the open circuit, sir. When the differential gain means the gain will change on the base of the depends upon the output value. Output value it comes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And the common modes, the fixed where the gain will not depend upon any on the outputs.
So basically, when the two input terminals are connected to the same input source, right? Then the gain established by the amplifier is called as common mode gain. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the offset voltage as applied to an op-amp?
0.7 volts. Offset voltage, sir.
Offset voltage. Define offset voltage basically. What is an offset voltage that you apply to an op-amp?
So don't.
Okay, fine. Okay, so Prajul, I feel you are good in basics, right? So you just need to brush up the way you are supposed to answer the questions, right? So rather than you are trying to give the explanation which is not direct, like you understand the concepts, you know how each and everything works, right? So please work on your communication, right? So you understanding is one thing, but you have to make the interviewer understand that.
Okay.
Right? So I felt you know the concepts, but somewhere you are not clear in expressing yourself. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Please work on that. And also please work on your introduction skills. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all. Thanks, Prajwal. Thanks for your time. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Chetan?
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Hey, Chetan. Can we go ahead with yours?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, sir. What about you?
I'm good. Thank you. So, yes, Chetan, let's start with your introduction.
Okay, sir. Myself, Chetan Karikatia, and I completed my schooling in Basam Mission English Medium High School and my PU in Sri Vishwanath Nagtan College, and I'm pursuing B from KLS VDIT Halia, and I completed internship in Deshpande startups on IoT and embedded system for 28 days, and I have done a Coursera certification course on Python and ML, and in Udemy RPA course, and from YouTube I have learned UI and UX designing.
Okay.
I'm basically interested on IoT and UI and UX designing, and I'm basically a gymnast.
Okay. Nice, Chetan. Right. So basically, you are into coding side, right? You are not that interested to come to electronics domain.
Yeah, sir. I think I should go to IoT, sir. Both
IoT
hardware and
thing.
software.
Okay. So basically, like a developer thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I am actually not working in that domain, Chetan. So I may not be asking you so many relevant questions, but I have a few questions on Python and C for you, if you're okay with that.
Okay, sir. I'm good. I'm okay with the electronics also, sir.
Okay, fine. No, let's not jump to electronics since you're not pursuing there. I don't want to ask something which you're not interested in, right? Okay.
Sir.
So let's start with Python. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So can you tell me different functions in Python?
Functions of Python. Basically, function it will use as a define, sir, in Python.
Okay.
In define, it will be it is a block of statement which will call in the main program.
Correct.
Using the define name and the variables.
Okay. So basically it is called as reusable blocks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So can you initialize a 5*5 numpy array using only zeros?
5*5 using.
Numpy array
Yes,
with
sir.
only zeros.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you just tell me the short code for that?
Using the for loop, we can develop a matrix of 5 into 5 array, sir.
Correct.
And by using the two for loops, sir, for first one I and the second one j, we can develop a matrix of 5 into 5 zeros. Or directly we can use the import numpy has.
Correct. Yeah. I asked you for the shortest one. Import numpy is the right one. Yes, tell me.
Import numpy. Sir, I'm not good at still.
Fine. Okay, no problem. Okay. So how to access the first five entries of a data frame?
From first 5 entries means from 0 to 4, sir.
Yes. So how do you access those?
Using the square bracket with the variable name, sir.
Square bracket with a variable name.
Like if you in an array of a of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sir.
Okay.
If you want to take first 5 numbers, then we'll take a of 0 means it will give the number 0, sir, first.
Okay. Okay, fine. So this is more into C kind of a thing that you're telling, right? So in Python, you can basically use the head.
No, sir, I didn't know that.
Okay,
sir.
fine. Okay. So what is the difference between list and tuple in Python?
List is in list we use the comma, sir. In tuples we'll use semicolons. Colons, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let me just jump to C. Okay.
Okay, sir.
What is an array in C?
It is a list of numbers, sir.
List of numbers?
Or a value, sir.
Okay. So don't tell us a list of functions or values, like rather tell a group of elements or a similar type of elements.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So, okay, can you just tell me the logic for a leap year program in C? Just tell me the logic. Let the language be anything.
Yes, sir. First, we should divide the year by 100, sir.
Okay.
Then by 4, sir.
By 100 and then 4. Okay.
4, 2020. Okay, sir. First, we should divide by the year by 400, sir.
Okay. Correct.
Next, 104, sir. 3.
Can you repeat?
First, we should divide the year by 400, sir.
Yes.
If the remaining if is 0, sir, then it is directly it will be a leap year, sir.
Correct.
Then you should divide the year by 100, sir.
Okay. Fine.
And divided by 4, sir. If only 4 and 100 will give the leap year, sir, in 100 it will be not a leap year, sir.
Yes. Correct. Okay. Fine. Okay, Chetan. So at this point, actually looking at your direction of domain that you're going to take, I do not have much questions for you for now. Okay. But one feedback from my side is you are good in communication. You are confident enough to speak up. That is very good. Okay. Build on that and speak like this, and always try to sound confident, right?
Okay, sir.
Rather than sounding convincing, try to sound confident.
Okay, sir.
Your communication is good. You are speaking very well. Okay. That will be a good positive. Okay. Just concentrate on very minor things like the technical terms that you're using, right? So they are more generic in nature. Okay.
Yes.
Always be specific and tell up to the point, and always use technical words
Okay, sir.
rather than using like generic words, right?
Okay, sir.
So always use technical words. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Chetan. Thanks.
Thank
It
you,
was
sir.
good speaking to you. Okay. So, any of you guys have any questions for me? You can ask me anything that you want to be clear about, or you want to know something.
I think the inputs what you have given, Amit, definitely are quite worthy enough, because definitely that will motivate them or drive them to work upon their weaknesses. And since this was their first
Yes.
kind of mock interview, I can sense that low level of confidence sometimes, or
Yes. I totally understand, sir.
but it's an I must accept they have taken this initiative, and it's a good thing that they come forward, and definitely that will help them sooner or later. If at all any questions, any queries are there, definitely I'll put forward to you, and definitely we'll be in touch with you.
Sure.
And I wholeheartedly thank you for such a quick response. And it started all of a sudden. I was sitting, and then I thought, let me have a mock session. I just floated it in the group,
Yes.
and then it started.
Sure.
And I think I was just busy with other panel also. There, Sachin Adi, your junior from electrical engineering background, he was interviewing 5 more members over there.
Okay.
There was one more panel. So simultaneously, 3 panels were there. 15-20 students were having interview. And in fact, the whole day, in the morning till evening, the computer science department alumni have taken up the initiative, and there few more students were having. And overall, it's a good move. The result would be definitely on a positive side if we carry forward this kind of initiative.
Sure,
So
sir. So weekends, anyhow, we can spend some time on this. I'll be always open to help the students here. Okay.
Definitely.
So please reach out to me. If any of them have any questions, you can forward my number to them and ask me to reach out.
Sure,
right?
sir. Sure.
And also, I request there might be some openings coming up, because I'll be basically my job roles require me to be in touch with many electronic core companies. So I'll have idea of those. So if people are looking into something in the PCB domain, please ask them to get in touch with me. If they're fresh, also no problem. If they want to have any discussion or any kind of interaction, I'll be more than willing to help them out. Let them reach out to me anytime, sir. Okay.
Amit, on this note, I would just like to add, in fact, a few days back, we started with something called as add-on courses.
Okay.
Wherein the faculty, in collaboration with the industry persons and alumni, we are launching certain courses wherein the syllabus, everything will be framed in collaboration with these 3 wings.
Okay.
I don't know how you got missed, because probably we were not knowing you were into PCB and these aspects. And there was one course, PCB design itself, and maybe your inputs will definitely help to strengthen the course curriculum. And there are many interested students who would like to move into this domain, and they are already doing some projects and works on these things. And maybe we can schedule some kind of a half an hour session during the next weekend, wherein you can be very technical aspects. You can give some inputs with respect to their projects, their works. That would be again an eye opener for all those students.
Sure, sir. Sure, not a problem.
Yes.
Actually, ma'am has reached out to me on that.
Acha, okay. Nice.
So I am in touch on that part.
Okay, very good, sir.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Fine, sir. Fine.
Yeah.
So on this note, so we can wind up the session, and maybe in the next coming days we can have few more mock sessions.
Yeah.
Thank you from entire team and from my student side, and have a nice day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.